What's up YouTube, welcome back to indicamonique channel, and if you're new, welcome here. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, do all the good things if you want to. If not, that's cool, as long as you're watching, that's all that matters. So today we have a review of the new Herrera Very Good Girl Elixir. So we all know the classic high heel red shoe, and honestly the flankers don't stop when it comes to this line. Like ever since there was the original Good Girl, it's just there's been flankers of flankers on flankers on flankers. Like they literally just don't stop. So this one honestly caught me by surprise because I love Very Good Girl. I've had it in my collection before, but honestly it's kind of hard for me to repurchase fragrances. Like I have to really love them to repurchase them, which in most cases I do, but sometimes I'm not in a rush to. Like I'm like, okay, I know I like this fragrance and I'll come back around to it, but I really try to use the stuff I have and, you know, feather out a few, and then I'm like, okay, if I really want a fragrance, I'll bring it back. So this is the box. Let me show you guys the bottle because the bottle is what you guys really care about. Look at this freaking bottle. Now I do wish that on the 30 mls that the shoe was like all the way red all the way through, like how it is on the larger size, because I don't know, I just feel like the clear, like it's red but it's not like the potent red like the bigger sizes. Anyways, we're gonna get into it because I'm already trying to smell it. I do have it on the back of my hand. While I was getting ready, I just sprayed it on the back of my hand so I could kind of like have my thoughts. I also sprayed this the first day I got it. Well, it was nighttime I got it. Sprayed it, kind of like got my thoughts down on how I was feeling about it. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So this fragrance is yet another cherry fragrance, but let's talk about if this is actually like cherry. Is it like that cherry that we all kind of know and have in our collection, or is it that cherry that we're kind of like sick of, that's like medicinal, syrupy, heavy? Like is it that? Let's get into it. So I'm gonna pop up a picture here of the notes. This has cherry, rose, cacao, vanilla. I think there's another floral in it, but anyways, like I said, the notes will be here. So I'm gonna go ahead, spray this on the back of my hand one more time just so I can kind of like get that opening. When I first spray this fragrance, I honestly get hit with the blast of cherry, of course. I also pick up a lot of the bitter almond. Like it is bitter because it's almost like a dryish, not sour, but I don't know, very nutty. Yeah, and almondy, almost like nutty almondy, but with like this cherry that's like a realistic cherry to me. Like it's not those cherries that are like, I don't know, like medicine like. This one's not super medicine like to me, but the opening is heavy on the almond. Like I feel like this is like literally the top notes, you get exactly what's listed. You get a cherry and you get a bitter almond. Yeah, the almond is actually really nutty, and I like it. Like it actually pulls through. Like I know sometimes you'll get like a almondy fragrance that's like not really almond, you know what I'm saying? Like it says it's almond or it's like it's a nutty note, but you don't get that. With this one I legit smell almond. Like, and it's crazy because it is bitter because it's not like a sweet almond or like those like maybe sugary almonds. Like no, this is like a dry bitter almond. The rose isn't crazy to me. Like it's not a heavy rose fragrance. Like you get florals, but they're definitely in the background and mixed in with a lot of like the cacao, and the cacao is like a powder. Like it's definitely chocolatey, and you definitely get the vanilla towards the dry down. So the dry down slash like mid of this fragrance is my favorite. Like don't get it twisted, the opening is pretty actually. Like there's a lot of cherry fragrances that are off-putting. I feel like with this one it doesn't bother me because the almond I feel like slightly overpowers the cherry in a sense, and also the almond sticks around. That's another thing. The almond sticks around and mixes in with like that cacao sweetness, like with the vanilla. And y'all, this is very sexy, this is very alluring, this is very date night. I wouldn't wear this every day, like if I was just chilling around the house or if I like had errands to run. I mean, no, this is definitely giving like deep, dark, sultry, dark feminine vibes, like black cat energy. That's what this is kind of giving. Like it's not one of those like upbeat fragrances. This is definitely like dark. There's no like earthiness to this. I mean, it's no like patchouli in here or anything like that. It's really just like a chocolatey vanilla cherry rose fragrance. I really like this. So this in my opinion doesn't really compare to like your Tom Ford Lost Cherries because this has like a chocolatiness to it, and I get like a little bit more of like the floral vibe. The rose, like I said, is not like a dated florally type of rose or like a rose that can be really annoying to your nose. It's really in the background for me. Like the rose definitely plays and takes the back seat, while like the other nuttiness, chocolatiness, almond, the tartness from the cherry comes through. Honestly, I wasn't expecting to like this how I do like it. I did also want to just talk about the Very Good Girl, the original. So this one has red currant and lychee. Honestly, the lychee in this I really did like, or maybe it was like the red currant, just like the fruitiness of this, of the original. This new one doesn't really have, I mean, obviously it's cherry, so it's fruity, but I don't know why sometimes I don't really associate cherry as like a super fruity fragrance. Obviously it is, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Like, it's just kind of gives me like a different vibe, I don't know, than like a fruity fragrance that I would think of like with like strawberry or like orange or something like that. Does that make sense? I don't know. But anyways, this one does have rose as well, lily of the valley, vetiver, and vanilla bourbon. So I'm gonna spray this one on this hand just to see. I kind of remember this fragrance, but kind of just more fresh to me, uplifting a little bit. I don't know, I don't smell anything really similar in these. Like, of course this is like a floral fruity fragrance, but like they're not similar, and I think it's just because this one is like so, this one is so chocolatey and like vanilla and almond or like nutty. You get the nuttiness. Okay, my bad, my camera died. But anyways, like I was saying, the difference, this one is just different in the sense of it has that almond chocolatey kind of like powderiness. This isn't like a melting piece of chocolate or something like that. This is more like a dark chocolate kind of like powdery vibe, or not even necessarily dark chocolate, but chocolatey, like the powderiness in it, and it smells so good, you guys. Like the cherry is not bothering me at all. Now when I first like the first initial spray of spraying this fragrance, it definitely was a little bit more like sour cherry, like a blast of cherry, really. But like as I've used this is like my third time using this, that went away. So like I think sometimes with new fragrances you need to just spray them out, like let that first spray get out and like get through, and then it just gets better and better. This one is just definitely lighter, sweeter, more innocent. This is definitely like a deeper, sexier vibe. This could like take you day to night. So like I am glad with this one because, for an example, with the Good Girl Blush and Good Girl Blush Elixir, I feel like those were really similar. I feel like I like the Elixir just a little bit better because it has a little bit more depth and a little bit more sweetness in there. But with these, I feel like I'm getting something completely different. Like I don't feel like you couldn't have both of these. Also, like to compare, like another fragrance that was like cherry with chocolate in it was the Sabrina Carpenter Cherry Baby, I think it was. That one I do like, but that one I feel like could be worn like just chilling around the house. This one I feel like no, this is like I need an event. Like I'm stepping, like I have my outfit on, like where are you taking me, that type of vibe. So I feel like this, if you're looking for like a chocolatey, cherry, nutty smell, this is better than Sabrina Carpenter. And granted, it's more expensive, and you know, Carolina Herrera is a designer brand. I feel like some people just think that Carolina Herrera is fragrance, but like no, you girl is like this is the designer we're talking about. So she is pretty penny you're paying. If you're looking for that like chocolatey, almondy, tartness, sweetness, if I had to say which one I liked more, I think I might say this one, just because it just has this sensual, so sexy, sultry, intriguing. Like I feel like if I smelled this even on somebody else, I would be like, dang, like that smells really good. The original is just like, you know, you can find it anywhere, you know what I'm saying, like that like fruity, like florally vanilla type of smell is kind of everywhere. This one I feel like is a little something different. I mean, obviously outside of like the cherry note, I really like the almond and the like cacao in here. It's like so powdery, but not powdery on your skin. It's just like this, I don't even know, you guys, this is just such a good fragrance actually, and on your skin it smells so good. So for me, the first night that I sprayed this, I got about 5 hours out of it, which is not the best, you know what I'm saying. Like if we're being honest, it's not the best, because you're like, if you're like going out on a date night or going somewhere out to the club, wherever you're going, girl, like you do want something that's gonna last. Like yes, of course you can bring your fragrance and reapply it, but like when you're going out and like you're planning on like just being out, like you don't really want to do that. Like if I'm just chilling, shopping, running errands, doing stuff, like, and I bring my fragrance with me, of course it's easy to reapply. But like when you're out and like you're invested in what you're doing, like let's say you are going out on date night, like no, I'm not reaching to my purse to like reapply my fragrance. Like I'm just not doing that at that moment, you know what I'm saying. And once that cherry does start to fade, you just get that nuttiness, that chocolatiness. It's just so pretty. And like I said, the flowers or the floralness in here definitely takes the back seat. Like it's not coming at you really hard. It's just good. And that's just from me spraying it on my hand, you know what I'm saying. So that's why I'm like, this is such a good scent. It's sweet and creamy, but it's not gourmand. So like even though I'm saying all these things like, oh, it's like, you know, creamy, vanilla, or like chocolatey, I don't think it's really gourmand, because that still has like a perfumey aspect to it. I really like this. So this I got from Carolina Herrera's website for $100, but this will be coming to Sephora, I think on the app, the 3rd of February. So it is coming really soon to Sephora, so I really can't wait to hear how you guys feel about it. Normally I wait for stuff to come to Sephora. I don't know why I really wanted this. I feel like I have a lot of cherry fragrances, but it was something about this that I was like, okay, like this is gonna eat up for Valentine's Day. Your boo takes you somewhere to eat, He has a hotel room set up for you, looking real luxurious, real bougie, and like the flowers are in the back of the room or like to the side of you. Like it doesn't smell like straight up roses, but he bought you roses. They're just over here. And the main thing that you're smelling in this hotel is like a very sexy dark vibe. You smell some cherries that he brought you. You smell some chocolate that he brought you. I don't know where you would get the nuttiness from, but that's what this is giving. Like the cherries are to the, not the cherries, the rose is to the side. Like it's not taking up the room, but the roses are there and you smell roses, if that makes sense. That's kind of like the vibe I get in my head. I just get something really like sexy, like memorable for sure. Like I feel like you would remember this fragrance. Like if I attach this scent to like a really fun night out, no, just whatever, I feel like it would be one of those scents that you're just like, like yeah, like we turned up that night, girl. Like we did us that night, and like you just remember. So yeah, I really do like this one. I recommend it. The price point is a little so if you do want to check this one out in stores, like I said, I believe it's the 3rd. It will be on the app. I'm not sure actually in store. Like I said, they are a little bit different as far as like in comparison to the original Hill, the original Very Good Girl. So I feel like you do get something different. If you have this one in your collection, I feel like you should check this one out. If you like this one, I don't know if I can full on say that you would like this one, because you have to still like cherry, you still have to like almond, you still have to like vanilla, but it's good, y'all. Like yeah, it's, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely better than this one. Like this is like, now that I'm smelling this one, this is like mid, but it's mid because it's like an everyday pretty girl fragrance. When I say that I want to add more sexy grown woman fragrances into my collection, this is, if we're talking about having like a sexy grown woman, got her money, got her life together fragrance, this one. Like you need fragrances like this in your collection. So anyways, I don't want to talk your head off. I will keep you guys updated on this fragrance, because I will do like a kind of updated thing, because I am trying out some fragrances. There are some new fragrances, but I haven't been excited about them into it right now. But I'm not super excited about all the fragrances that are coming out right now. Like there's some that catch my eye, like Valentino, this one, but like there are some fragrances that I'm kind of like, they're out and I'm not adding to cart. Anyways, this one is definitely a cop, so definitely check it out. This is a really good, I feel like, Valentine's Day scent. I will be making a Valentine's Day perfume video. Be on the lookout for that. And if you have tried this fragrance, if you're interested in it, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And until then, you have to catch my next one. So bye.